Your retail pharmacy is filling more scripts, but the bank account still feels thin. That is not something to ignore. And as many of you pharmacy owners know, in the market right now, lots of owners are feeling exactly that because you can be doing work, serving your patients, moving the scripts, and still feel squeezed by reimbursement pressure, contract complexity, and cash timing. And it's like when you're running a pharmacy now, it's like pouring more water into a tank that already has holes in it. More water helps for a minute, but it doesn't solve the holes. So welcome to this week's video. My name is Alvin. I am an ex-pharmacist. I used to own a ton of retail pharmacies. And so I can speak from this from a little bit of experience from running stores of my own. And now I help not only other pharmacies, retail pharmacies, but other retailers in helping them manage the cash flow cycle and helping you grow and your business so that you don't need to work in it day to day, and basically allow you to make more money, create more time, create more freedom, and in fact, create more of the things that are really, really important to you. So let's talk about the numbers and the scripts, which is what most pharmacy owners obviously need to look at. And as you probably already figured out, like in the current marketplace or the landscape, more scripts doesn't automatically mean more cash. And volume and usable cash are not the same thing when it comes to running our businesses, right? And let's think about it like this. This is the way I explain it to my pharmacy clients and retail clients. The front door is busy, but the safe at the back is still light. And so the wheels are turning, but the tank is still low. So a lot of retail pharmacy owners are seeing script volume hold up, and perhaps if you're one of the lucky ones, even grow, but you're still feeling cash tight. And it sounds super irrational, doesn't it? Because in this market, you can do more work without feeling more financial relief. And so, more scripts does not automatically equal more usable cash. I think we all know this now. And so this is the real pain. You're a busy pharmacy, but you're finding that you've got thin breathing room or no breathing room at all, and you're like carrying buckets of water all day and still being thirsty, right? Money runs through your hands, but it never seems to stay. And so this is the feeling a lot of pharmacy owners, retail pharmacy owners especially, are having right now. It's not necessarily crisis, it's just constant pressure, right? You've got payroll, inventory, supplier bills, operating costs, and the account just feels tight. And when payment timing is uncertain or reimbursement is hard to read, the pressure just gets worse and worse and worse, right? And, this isn't just a workload problem. This is a retention problem when it comes to running our retail pharmacies. And so, we're busy, and busy can trick you, but busy is not the same as healthy. It's like, when you go to the gym, a treadmill is busy too, lots of motion, same spot, but the engine is revving, but the handbrake is still on. So independent pharmacy owners in the US are serving communities, you're solving problems, you're staying clinically important and relevant, you're helping your patients get better sooner. But as we're realizing, commercial pressure can still sit underneath all of that. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to do these things if you haven't got a profitable business. There's no way you can do proper patient care without cash flow coming into your pharmacy, right? So you can still be essential to patients and still be squeezed as a business. And unfortunately, busy does not always mean healthy. And so external pressure is real, right? But internal leaks still matter. So if the market is a storm, leaks are the holes in your roof, and you may not control the weather, but you can still patch the roof, right? So some of this pressure is outside of our control, right? PBMs, reimbursement pressure, contract terms, low transparency. This is all real. But what makes the internal leaks even more dangerous, not less, is that because of the outside world is already squeezing you, you cannot afford quiet leaks inside your business as well. So, so where do you start, right? Let's start with one of the 5 places that I would look at first if you're running a retail pharmacy. And the first one is inventory. So stock can trap cash, right? Slow moving inventory competes with breathing room. And this is just not in your dispensary, but for many of you retail pharmacies, it's also the front of shop as well. And that's where some of the big wins can come through. So like your shelves become a parking lot for cash, right? The back room becomes a freezer for money. And so when cash is already tight, overstocking gets more dangerous because every dollar sitting in slow moving retail stock is a dollar that cannot help with replenishment, payroll, flexibility. And in this market where cash pressure is already real, trap stock hurts more. So if cash is frozen on your shelves, more scripts alone won't thaw it, right? You're not going to get more cash like that. And so that's why we need to talk about margins, because margin pressure is real and it makes every sale work harder. Revenue can rise, as you're probably seeing in your store, but then your profit falls. So you're filling the bucket, but the bottom is getting thinner and the business looks bigger, but it keeps getting smaller. And this is one reason where retail pharmacy owners get confused, right? They're doing the work, but the economics underneath feel weaker. And you know what? We're trained to be clinicians. Many of us go to school for a very long time to help our patients get better sooner. No one teaches us this stuff about how to ensure that we have a well thought out business, a business that's financially sound. So a lot of us are doing the work, like I mentioned, but it just doesn't seem like we're doing enough work. And so, in the current market, if reimbursement is tight and margin visibility is poor, more activity does not give you the relief you expect, right? More scripts coming in, more people through the door. You can be growing the effort without growing the reward. And so revenue can go up while retained cash still feels weak. And I think many of us are experiencing this right now. And so expenses are the other things that we need to look at, because quiet costs can become dangerous in a hard market, and small drains add up fast, right? It's like barnacles on the boat. 1 or 2, no big deal. 50 of them and the boat feels heavy. And then, or 10 traps dripping all month. So in easier times, pharmacies could tolerate a lot more drag. But in this current environment, you can't, because you've got subscription services, delivery costs, admin tools, recurring overhead. All the little stuff starts to matter a lot more when the outside market is already squeezing the business, right? So when the waterline is low, every drip matters. And that takes me on to supplier terms. So timing matters more when incoming cash is less predictable. And so supplier terms are cash flow tools that you can utilize within your store to increase the amount of cash. Because if you pay too early, you become the bank, and there's no reason to do that. You're lending away your own oxygen. And so this is a big one for pharmacy owners in the US right now, right? When reimbursement timing feels less predictable, outgoing timing matters even more. So if you never revisit the terms that you have with your suppliers, you never look at payment timing, and you never manage this strategically, you make the squeeze feel even worse than it is. So, same pharmacy, same sales, different timing, very, very different stress. And so cash pressure is often a timing problem and not just a sales problem within our stores. And visibility is one aspect that we need to work on as well, because low visibility makes pressure feel heavier. There's so many retail pharmacy owners that I talk to that have no idea of what's happening under the hood of their business. And, like I mentioned before, fair enough, you don't get taught how to do this. But in an opaque market like we are now, in an opaque revolving market, and it's constantly changing, internal clarity matters much, much more now. And it's like driving through a fog, right? Or flying a plane with no dashboard, or trying to plug the leaks in the dark. You can't do it without a visibility type system. And because the outside system is already so hard to read, and so if contracts are hard to interpret, your reimbursements feel opaque. And then your own internal dashboard has to get stronger, not weaker. You need to see like stuff like age stock, margin slippage, recurring expense drag, supplier timing, and weekly cash movement. These are some of the things that you need to have on a visibility dashboard that you need to know about. A lot of owners manage by feel. And while that may have served you before, feel is a terrible dashboard. And the more opaque the outside system gets, like what's happening in the marketplace at the moment, the more discipline you need to become inside your own four walls of your store. So you need to create a scorecard. And that's why I created the Retail Cash Leak scorecard. I designed it because a lot of not only retail pharmacy owners, but a lot of retailers that I work with didn't know where to start. Like, how do you go about generating more cash in your store? Either some people have analysis paralysis and don't start at all, or some people try 1,000 things at once. And, you know, for many of us pharmacists, we try and fix everything at once, but that's not the best strategy to go. You need to find the biggest leak first. And the scorecard allows you to do that. By the way, the link to the Retail Cash Leak scorecard is in the comments section, in the description below. Click the link. So the whole idea is you don't patch the whole roof in one go. You find the biggest hole first and you fix it. And that is why clarity is the flashlight. So you can't control the whole pharmacy market, the whole PBMs, all that kind of stuff. But you can control how quickly you identify the biggest cash leak inside your retail pharmacy. And so that's why I built the Retail Cash Leak scorecard. It's 15 questions. It takes about 15 minutes. And it helps you see whether your biggest pressure is inventory, margins, expenses, supplier terms, or visibility. So instead of guessing, you know exactly what to fix first. And so if your pharmacy is busy, scripts are moving, and cash still feels tight, start there. Find the biggest hole first and then fix that first. Like I mentioned, the link to the scorecard is in the description below. Try it. Let me know how you went. And if you've made it this far, fantastic. Make sure you like this channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I create a lot of content about how you can grow your retail pharmacy and your retail store and all the principles that you can use to grow your business and create more time freedom for yourself. Until next time, bye-bye.